Well, hold on. Well, it's now we're live.
Does it say good?
I think so. How do you feel?
Feel great, man. Glad
Good.
to be here.
Thank
It's a
you.
little weird not seeing myself though, like on the screen.
Do you want to see yourself?
Do I have that option?
I think you do. If you want, if you want us to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
All right. I'm on screen. Right here.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Most people don't like seeing themselves.
Yeah, well, I think that was a big thing for me and him. Was me and Scott were talking about it was more about people getting more into like seeing the comments in their self and conversation.
So, because people type in,
That's
you
right.
send
the
in
whole
messages,
time.
and they show up
Yeah,
here. You know,
I'm with you.
I'll let you in this though. Just make sure you get into the show.
I'm all in, baby.
Let's see.
there you are.
There.
Oh,
All
I
right.
love it.
That's it.
There we go.
That's it. There we go.
You're fine with it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
All right. Kind of respect that.
Yeah.
I kind of
All right.
respect that too. Chasen,
What's up?
who are you? What's your full name? What's your full blown name?
My full blown name is Bruce Chasen Bragg. So I guess at some point my parents had a beautiful newborn baby, and they were like, "I think we're gonna call it Bruce." You know, like who does that to a baby? But actually, it's kind of cool. A lot of people are like, "Bruce, that's really cool." You know, I use it as in my professional life. You know, it's kind of hard to mistake. You know, you stick your hand out, Bruce Bragg. You know,
That's kind of tough. That is tough.
yeah.
It's got like a WWF feel to it.
That oh man,
Yeah,
What?
little
Yeah.
alliteration there. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah,
Buff Bagwell.
yeah.
That's what it feels like. I love the fact that you just said, "Hey, I like to see myself and
Yeah.
and see the comments." So that was what we're saying. Is I was like having a conversation. As long as we have a conversation, don't be in all this.
That's right.
It's there, but having a conversation with you and figuring out like what makes you tick, how you became F and I
Yeah, F and O. Yeah,
for Direct Auto.
Yep.
You worked your way up to. I mean, that's pretty legit.
yeah.
Something to be proud of.
I think so.
So, where are you from?
So I'm from Van Cleve, Mississippi. Pretty much just been there my whole life. I moved down to Ocean Springs, I guess about going on 6 years ago now.
What part of Van Cleve?
Right in the middle of town, man. Kind of right off. It's on Old River, but
Okay.
it's the new potty call, and a lot of people from Van Cleve know where I live. The house on the hill there, when they put the new road in, can't miss it. Grew up right there. So you know where the feed sack is?
Yeah.
So right down from the feed sack, you turn left on the Old River, first house on the right. There's usually like a lot of big lifted trucks or four wheelers or jet skis or stuff all in the yard, you know.
It's your toys.
Boats, yeah, oh yeah. A lot of different things over the years, and something else that's funny about that place is, and it kind of relates to me doing what I do for a living now, man. I was always buying and selling stuff, dude. Like I've been buying and selling since I could walk and talk, really, and that was a pretty good location because half the town lives up that way, so they had to drive right by it, not have it parked out by the road with a for sale sign, whatever it was that week or whatever I was selling, four wheeler, truck, boat.
What was your first vehicle you sold, and how old were you?
My first actual vehicle I sold, I don't even know if I remember, man. I think I had to be at least 18, 19 years old to actually go buy my own vehicle. Dang, I'm trying to think back, dude. what would it have been?
So I'll go to
Probably Ford F-150 or something.
so I grew up on the corner of Crewthirds Country Corner.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
yeah,
family
yeah.
home. I had
Okay.
like the right there, the house with the pond, the
Yeah,
tree.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
my family
yeah.
home. My grandma had the catfish pond.
Nice.
So we had the cool spot snowball stand. My
Ooh.
mom's idea. Put a snowball stand on the corner. Had to work it for free. Okay. For free. But that's a good location.
Did you get complimentary snow cones? So?
A lot? Too many.
Yeah.
But you had a good spot though. So like you put stuff up like let's say you buy a Toyota pickup.
Yeah.
Would you spray paint the bumpers and kind of wash it and
Oh, absolutely, man. I would. My dad is a real handy guy, dude. There's like nothing he can't do really. And so, I actually, you know what? Let's take it back a little bit because this kind of segues into it. But I think the first thing that I ever flipped, like bought and sold, was a go-kart. My parents had bought me a go-kart when I was a kid, and then I was like, I want a four-wheeler. All right, so they're like, well, you need to sell your go-kart. We'll take that money, put towards a four-wheeler. And my dad was like, what we're going to do, we're going to sand it down. Not that it was like rickety or anything, but it was like red and yellow, like golden arches or something. Not a real popular color, but man, it was cool to have. And we sanded it down. I mean, he bought me a DA sander and had an air compressor and everything. And dude, I just got out there. I'm trying to think how old I was, dude. Elementary school. Like maybe upper elementary school.
your dad sounds
maybe.
like a badass.
He's a pretty cool guy. A lot of my friends are always like, your dad's kind of like Ron White.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. I can see.
He'll talk your head off too, though, man. But it's a cool trait to have. But I think that's a trait that I got from him that actually kind of helps me in my job, my career, being able to talk to people.
Seems like your dad's like hands on.
Oh, very, dude, very. Yeah, I mean, he's a home builder, and then just kind of just figure stuff out, and just if you don't know it, he will know it soon enough, But he bought me a DA sander, man. And I went out there. I got to town. I sanded this go-kart down, got some primer, primed it, painted it, and then sold it. And then it was just like, I can do this like more than once. They're like, yeah, as long as you got the money. I'm like, I'll make sure to come out on top every time. And that's just kind of how it happened. You remember the penny pincher?
Yeah.
Dude, so it really blossomed. Did they make you guys do bell ringers when you went to school, like in the morning when you went to class in St. Martin?
Like bell ringers, like
It was like, I don't know, the first 10 minutes of class, there was like a problem on the board and you had to solve it.
no.
Okay, so this
No
this
way.
was real big in Van Cleve, was bell ringers. And I don't know, some teachers had some, really fun ones. And like one of my all-time favorites was one teacher, our bell ringer every morning was like a license plate. And it was like a personalized license plate. And you had to figure out what it was, which, got you thinking, got you your brain moving. But every Thursday morning, my bell ringer was to go through the penny pincher. We would stop at Miss Heather's. My mom would stop at Miss Heather's. I would get a penny pincher, a 32-ounce root beer, and a steak biscuit. And I would go to class, and on Thursday mornings, I would drink my root beer.
32 ounces?
32 ounces, baby.
Is that Barks?
Barks has bite, yeah.
That's a massive.
It is big, man.
like close to half a liter.
I think they maybe had a deal on it. Maybe that's why I got it.
Okay. Is it the Van Cleve special? Same gas station?
No.
Okay.
Miss Heather's in the middle of town by the schools. It's like a Texaco or a Conoco or something. It's red.
I don't remember it.
Yeah. But they had an awesome deli, man. Excuse me, I got getting over a little sinus infection here, so probably hear it in my voice. But I would go to class, dude, and I would dig through this penny pincher and circle who I was going to call when I got home. Four-wheeler, dirt bike, skiff, whatever it was. I couldn't really buy cars at that time. I didn't have the capital, or wasn't old enough to really go buy them, But that's what I would do every Thursday morning, because that's when the new one dropped. They were free. So I would get one, and I would eat my biscuit and go through the penny pincher, circle. When I get home, I'd call. And that was kind of at a weird time where your voice is like sometimes you sound like a man, sometimes you sound like a woman. And I can't tell you how many times people would be like, "Oh, yes, ma'am." And I'd be like, "I'm not a ma'am. I'm a boy," you know? But yeah, I would just, and then my dad or my mom would take me to check stuff out. If I thought it was worth buying, we'd buy it. I'd shine her up. And then as I got better, I learned how, and I got thousands of dollars worth of like polishing equipment. I learned to buff and learned to polish and not burn paint. You know what I mean? And you talk about spray paint bumpers. I would actually take a bumper off and like really strip it down and do it the right way. I didn't just rattle can it. You know what I mean? And
You miss it. You miss a little bit.
I do miss it, man. It was kind of fun. So there for a little bit, that's all I did. But I still lived at home with mama, so didn't really have any bills.
It's not a bad thing though.
Yeah, I'd sell a truck, make a little money, hang out with my friends.
So we're about to jump into this intro real quick, and this is fascinating. I knew this was gonna be fascinating episodes, guys. Like, you want to talk about a hustler? You have, to me, have always been a hustler.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say that.
Yeah, no, it's true. All right, guys. Thank y'all. Like, get ready for this one. You're gonna learn a lot.
We offer home, auto, commercial, builders, reps, and life insurance.
Oliver's Guide.
Oliver Shots Insurance.
So, what do you think about that? Did you hustle like he did on the penny pitcher?
No, I didn't. But I was thinking, I've got a friend in Jackson that's still in the chrome business. That he can do your bumpers and all that stuff for you. There's not many people around that still do it. His name is Walter Leidick, and I ran into him recently at a class reunion, high school reunion.
Yeah.
And
What year?
I'm blown away to hear that there's somebody just right there in Jackson that can do
that still
that.
does it. Yeah. His family was doing it when we were in high school.
Wow.
Okay. And our high school class was class of 1964. Okay.
That was just a few days ago.
Just a few,
Yeah.
just a minute.
Just a little while.
Just a little.
Yeah.
But he's still in the business.
Man, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was his daddy's business
Yeah.
then, but he's got it and runs it, still doing it. And he can make, man, take that bumper that you stripping down.
Yeah.
He would strip it first because he'd put it in a acid bath
Yeah.
and all
yeah.
that, do all that stuff. And then they would come back out. It's like brand new.
Oh man. I really am blown away to hear that there's somebody right there in Jackson that does that.
Yeah.
Like I kind of wish I had a bunch of stuff to just go
Take
get chromed out. Yeah. Mike, put some stacks on my truck or something.
So we talked about we have Michael West in here.
Uh-oh.
Brucey, badass. R.I.P. Gary. Your secret's safe with us.
Oh man.
He's coming in.
I knew Mike was going to be here to censor. That's really his I'm watching you tag.
Is that it?
Nah, he's not going to censor. I don't really
I
have
don't know.
anything to censor, man. Mike's a man, dude. I actually have a funny story.
Go ahead.
And I thought about this for probably a week.
I love it.
So-
Go ahead.
I would always, I'm on Facebook selling, doing this, doing that, and I'd always see Mike's like videos, posts and stuff. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like he's really doing it. But I'm like, I don't know. It seems kind of like a nerd, Well, then I go to work for him and I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this is the coolest guy I've ever met. Like,
It's because his hair.
no, he's just
Okay,
a cool
okay.
guy. Like, I said a few other choice words when I told him. I'm not going to say those on air. Not that they were derogatory or mean or anything, but I just felt like when I said it, I felt so comfortable to tell him. I was so excited. But I was like, man, this place, I should have came here a long time ago. Like, it was just, I don't know, just a cool guy.
I think with Mike West is like, I feel the same energy of like how he treats people. It's like,
Yeah.
he's not chasing money. He's chasing.
He's hell, dude.
Yeah, he's chasing help.
Gosh, man.
I was saying like, I think he's got like 70 employees to him, and they're like family though.
Oh, 100%.
The way he looks at them, it's like, so he's got like say
Mhm.
75, 80 people, but he knows that they all got to pay bills. They all got to live. Like he doesn't, Mike's the last one on the dining room table that like eats kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
the way his mindset. It's
Yeah.
very fascinating as like a
Oh,
person.
100%, dude.
Most people are like, hey, I own this company. Look at me. All his employees are always y'all's Christmas party.
Oh,
Dude
dude,
goes-
it is a blast.
Dude goes full out on the Christmas
Oh,
party.
big time.
Like he really goes straight Mahoney's. Anything you want.
Yeah.
On me.
Open. It's open. Everything's open when we go there. Order whatever you want. We do a big dirty Santa. He gives away a vacation, and I think he's rigged it, dude. I think he's got it rigged to where like only people in the shop can get it.
Speaking about
But
vacation,
they probably need a vacation way more than we do. Those guys work hard, man.
I think he owes me a vacation on this one. So mom goes in here in 1960. I was only a few months old. Ha ha ha. Well, mom, sorry he's robbing the cradle. It's your fault.
Yeah. It changes after a certain.
Well, you
limit.
got to do what you got to do.
That's right. Yeah.
What were you said your class was?
64.
Yeah, so mom's born in 59. 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Sorry. Become an attorney.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Like F and I. So all right, let's go to like, you flipping and selling.
Yeah.
I met you at Body Quest. That's how
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah.
we met each other. You were working there and
Yeah.
training, and you were doing were you doing physique?
I didn't do any shows, man. I just like to train and stuff. All the guys I was training with and hanging out with and stuff, they were, and they still do, a lot of them, man. They're all into that. I just like to work out. It's really good for the mind. And if your body looks good, you feel good. And I actually, dude, have been on a hiatus, big one. I think about almost 3 full years I hadn't touched a weight. I just started back training. This would be week 15, but I've taken 2 weeks off. So I was off last week, and then after my first 8 weeks, I took off a week. And then I took off last week, which would have been a 6-week.
Where are you training at?
Dude, I'm back at what used to be Body Quest, which is now called the Steel Mill. Do you remember Johnny Walker?
The
He's a chiropractor.
yeah, Johnny.
Yeah,
He owns it.
he owns it.
Oh,
man.
really?
Yeah. So
That's Austin's uncle, right?
yeah.
Okay, I know Johnny.
Johnny's married to Austin's aunt. So I'm back at what's now the Steel Mill, the old Body Quest, and there's just an awesome atmosphere in there. Like kind of hard to talk about. I remember when I walked in. So I saw Johnny bought it on like a Tuesday, and I was in the tower at Body Quest at Direct Auto, and I saw it on Facebook. I liked it, and I was like, "Oh man, this is great," And a couple minutes later, my phone's ringing. Johnny's calling me, and he was wanting a password or something to one of the old computers, and I had it, and I was like, well, "Dude, are y'all open for business now? Or are you shutting it down for a remodel?" And he was like, "We're wide open, man. We got a lot of work to do, getting everything swapped over, whatever. But if you want to come train, we'd love to have you." And I remember walking in there. I think I was in there about 7 or something, and I walk in. There's some guys that I hadn't seen in years, that hadn't been there in years, just like myself. And they were like, "Dude, we're so glad to be back." Like, you just don't have the camaraderie and the, I guess, relationships, you could say, at really, especially some of the commercialized gyms, at a lot of other places. Now, there are some other gyms on the coast. I haven't been to a lot of them that are probably great. I just hadn't been to them. You know what I mean? And this one's kind of special to me.
When did so he bought that from Boris.
Yeah, he bought it from Mr. Kinney. Yep. Probably, I guess it's been maybe, I don't know if it's been 3 full months, maybe 2 months ago, something like that. But I was training at Planet for a little bit. It's right by my house.
That gym is legendary.
Oh, dude, it is.
That's how I met
legendary.
you.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I thought about this too.
Connor and Austin. I mean,
Yeah, I'll never forget this. I remember I was getting I was working at the gym, and right before I had to go to work, I was getting my hair cut. And I don't know if you remember this or not. At Flawless Phase, what used to be Flawless
Julian.
Fades. Yeah,
Julian.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, those guys are doing great for themselves, man. And I'm happy about that. And actually their new barbershop is right by my house in Ocean Springs, which is pretty cool. But I was in there getting my hair cut, and you had the mattress store. And you walk in, you're like, "Hey, you're from Van Cleve? You know how to use a ratchet strap? Get out here." And I was like, "All right, give me 1 second, man. I'll come out there and strap that thing down for you guys."
I'm being serious.
Oh yeah, dead serious. that was one of the things my dad taught me was how to use a ratchet. A lot of people like hate them, ratchet straps.
Yeah.
But they're so simple, dude.
I
But
got it.
You just got to be shown.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple different ones though.
That's true. That's true. But they kind of all have the same premise.
Yeah.
You got to pull the slack. That's where it's at.
Well, thank you for
Pull the
showing me
slack.
that.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's so that whole area of like, I'd love to have a match store. I'd have it forever.
Yeah.
Like, so when I shut it down, the thrift store next door,
Yeah.
I just gave them all our like Sky was with me. We just gave everything there. They just
Oh,
came and took it.
man.
Yeah. They're like,
That's awesome for them.
Jeff, yeah, if you want
Yeah.
to sell stuff, take everything.
Yeah.
They took everything.
Literally, yeah.
They took everything.
Extension cords. I mean,
Anything, like, take it.
Oh man.
The pandemic was hard on our family, like with that.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was like tough because, like, you know, operating a mattress store. Like
Yeah.
we're in the 20s. I mean, what 2021, 22? No, I think 2020 was like we're making money.
Yeah.
That's right at the beginning of the pandemic. I
That's
guess.
right. Yeah.
But at 21,
So
Order-
slow down a little bit.
well, it wasn't
Product line not available.
exactly. So it was me dying from products.
Oh man.
It killing me on products. Like you couldn't get any products. You couldn't sell anything.
No, that's right. So that happened when I was at Polaris for a little bit over in Pascagoula. Perkins Tire and Polaris. Awesome people, awesome place, man. But it got to where, dude, their service is next to none. Like, and that's why they just do the right thing every time, no questions asked. And right, like you said, like right at the beginning, we're rocking out extra units, and then it's like, well, there's nothing like, and I was in sales there, so you don't really get paid until you have to sell, right? Well, you go from selling so many units a month to ordering so many units a month that are months out. And I was just like, dude, I can't keep the lights on. I got to make a move.
Yeah, and I understand that.
Yeah. They understood too.
It was like 3 a.m. when I made the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my bank account came. I was like I looked at my bank account because it's like I had to order. I think I put like $9,000 in and I only got $3,000
Oh wow.
from like the care
Yeah,
but they gave you in store credit.
Oh man.
So you put 9,000 up, you get $3,000 in inventory,
Worth of product. Yeah.
and then 6,000 is held in there.
Yeah, you don't get a refund. You got a line of credit with them.
I remember
basically.
like having this anxiety. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's when I called you all the next morning.
How do I get my money back?
I was like calling. I was like freaking out. I was like, I don't like money. I already sold all my Tesla stocks. I sold Tesla stocks at $680.
What are they now?
220.
Oh wow.
So but I took all that because I had employees and
Yeah.
I had to pay. Like,
Yeah, we sold a car to some of your employees, man.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but I had to pay. So I
Yeah.
have to pay. It's like send it, just get rid of it all. Like,
That's right.
and yeah, that's something me and you shared. What bottle did you buy? Was that the Elijah Craig? You bought a bottle. Like we cleaned the.
I bought you a bottle, and I don't think it was Elijah Craig.
Georgia.
It was,
What?
But-
Oh, you're fine. It's fine.
yeah,
You have an OnlyFans. You're good.
I don't remember what the bottle was, but it was definitely a bottle.
The cool thing though is like I had that place for how long? How many years? Like 7, 8.
Easy. Yeah.
They never went up on my rent.
Oh, really?
And when I broke my contract, Mr. Larry. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I know you're talking about. I don't know.
But he's sick right now. But when I had to tell them like I had a year left on my contract, and I had to like call them like I have no more money. During the pandemic, I even paid during the pandemic, and I was like, I'm out. Like money's done. I'm tapped.
Yeah.
And when I like went there and wrote the final check and then turned in the final keys because we cleaned the place, we changed the bulbs out. We went and most people when they get mad, they don't.
Oh
want,
yeah, they're leaving whatever
Oh, yeah.
behind. They're
we
out.
cleaned the front windows. We scraped off all.
We
the
cleaned the
signage.
place like it was brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Left it better than you found it.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the biggest things that I'll say is like when I left, they were like, no, you're. I remember them going, "You're the only person that's never not paid on time,"
Oh wow.
and that meant a lot to me.
Yeah. That is big.
Yeah, that was when we shared that, and yeah, whatever bottle of bourbon he had, after we got done, we just sat there and drank it, and just that was it. That was a chapter of my life. I wanted to have 10 mattress stores. You seen my
Fire them
commercials?
back off, man.
No, I'm doing insurance. I'm doing.
No, I'm with you.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I will say this: if you're going to do mattress stores again, you're not doing it with the same business model.
Yeah.
Okay, there's not with that same company.
Well,
You gotta learn, man.
life is all about learning.
Oh, 100%. I learn every day. I'm not gonna say I try to learn every day because some days I'm, on autopilot. But
But you push yourself.
yeah, I like to. Sometimes I push myself at different things, and that might even be at the wrong time that I'm pushing myself into that thing. But I learned from that.
Did you ever think you'd be into the auto world though? Like you ever thought you'd be doing finance?
I didn't think I would be in finance. And man, I'm grateful to be in the finance part of it now. I think I got out of wanting to do sales for a career for a little bit. And I went through a phase where it was like, man, I don't really have any responsibility right now. Like, I don't have a house note, I don't have a car note, I don't have this, I don't have that. I have a cell phone bill that my parents didn't even make me get off the cell phone bill. I got lost in Lubbock, Texas, and I was out of internet, and there was no. I had C Spire. I don't want to just be talking bad about C Spire on the show, but
Fuck C Spire.
all right,
I got you.
I had C Spire, and I ran out of data, and I was lost, and I couldn't find my way back to where I was staying. And I was like, dude, the very second I get back to South Mississippi, I'm swapping to Verizon. And I went and swapped to Verizon. And that's the only reason I was paying my own cell phone bill. Otherwise, my parents would have just kept paying it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good internet though. I have Verizon.
Yeah,
too.
you never run out. I
No.
went and got unlimited. I mean, really, dude. And it works literally almost everywhere.
Except for D'Iberville. Something about D'Iberville.
Huh.
There's a couple corners in D'Iberville that kind of throw me off a little bit.
Uh-oh.
No.
But you know where you're at there.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I was at in Lubbock, Texas.
Where's that at? Is that South Houston?
No, it's I'm not a geographist, whatever that is.
Where's
It's I think it's close to the Panhandle.
Okay.
Maybe in the middle of Texas somewhere.
Yeah,
See, I
it's-
was
it's-
lost. I don't
It's a little
know.
further west.
do you
Yeah.
know, do you know where
Yeah.
that's at?
I mean, I can't really tell you where it is, but I've been there.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, it's like I'm thinking it's sort of like the middle of the state, but
That's
it's definitely
about
west,
where it's at.
But it's west.
It's
of
northwest, middle of the
all
state.
all the urban areas, all the
That's right.
Which
It's actually blowing. It was blowing up out there. You're not far from a university right there, I think.
right.
I remember
Which
that.
one is it?
Do you remember the phone you got?
Yeah, it was an iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay.
That was brand new then.
Did
Actually,
throw it in the deal?
yeah, so when you swapped carriers, you got a free one. So what actually, let me tell you what really happened.
Yeah.
I needed a new phone. I got back from Lubbock, and I was like, I'm just going to get a new phone. So I go into the C Spire in the Promenade in D'Iberville, and I'm like, hey, man, a buddy of mine had given me a phone, an iPhone 4. And this is when the 6 Plus had came out. He gives me the phone. I go to get it turned on, and it's only supposed to be like $5, right, for them to turn the phone on. And he's like, man, you have to buy out your whole contract, and you have to pay the current bill that wasn't due. Like, the bill wasn't even due. And I looked at him, I said, you know what, buddy? Don't worry about it. And I walked right out of there, got my truck, drove across the street to Verizon, and signed up right then and there.
I did the same shit you did.
It was like, dude,
Yeah, I did.
I argued with a guy for a second. I was like, man, I'm blowing through iPhones every couple of weeks because I was just being a turd, I guess. And I was like, man, I'm a pro at this. Like, trust me, it's $5. They'll cut it on. The contract is still getting paid on the iPhone that I currently have on the plan. And he was like, dude, you can't buy as much as a phone charger without paying all this off. And I was like, don't worry about it.
He didn't have an FI guy to go see to make the deal work.
That's right. I don't think he had anything to make a deal work.
Right.
I hope he's doing well, though.
Have you ever done FI?
No.
Never.
No.
Is it tough?
It can be pretty challenging, man.
So
And
what is FI? What is the word FI?
finance and insurance.
Okay.
I think I'm brand new to it. I'm a trainee sometimes.
That's okay.
That's what I tell the people anyway. But I work with, Jeff and Ryan and two awesome guys, dude. And if I get in kind of a pickle, I'm just like, hey, Jeff, hey, Ryan, like, I don't know this, or what do you think about this? And they're kind of always there, like, oh, hey, what did you try this? You think about that? Or what's our next move here? But it is a lot to keep up with, dude. And like you said, learning every day. I'm learning new stuff every day. And even today, man. And I should have just been like, oh, yeah, you're right. I sent a deal off for our store in Forest. And I didn't wait on all the callbacks to come back. They weren't looking real good. And there was one that was kind of taking a little bit that usually don't take a little bit. And I was like, yeah, this probably isn't a good one here. And then Mike calls me. And he's like, hey, go, or he has a salesperson call me, hey, go look at this. Tell me what you think. And I'm like, oh, it'll work fine. And he's like, yeah, it probably wasn't one you really wanted to do, but, it's not your call. And I was like, well, to tell you the truth, I really just didn't wait for it to come all the way back before I made my call. And that just boils down to learning every day, man. Like, I should have waited,
Patience is strong.
Oh, dude, it's everything. You always got to wait till
I'm
all
getting
the
better at
callbacks
it. I'm learning. Like I'm getting better at it too. Like
Yeah.
you're not in the only boat. Like I'm in it too. Like
we just deal with
you say,
we work a lot of people every single day. And when you get a lot of them, you're trying to be considerate of the customer's time. So you want to work as many as possible, as fast as possible, so that they're not there all day, because nobody wants to be there all day. I work there and I don't want to be there all day. But and I just made a call before I should have.
What's impressive about it is that Mike knew that one particular deal in the store that day that had that one piece missing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's incredible attention.
No,
to
it
detail.
is. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Chris Smith says, "Cheers, y'all."
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, to you,
Or
Chris.
lady. That's
No,
Chris. Sorry.
No, that's Chris. He Ben 605. Well,
Oh, that were on here the other
yeah,
day.
yeah. It's Chris. That's crazy that like you, because you're moving so many deals. So y'all sell 100 now with the Dodge dealership. Y'all sell 200 cars.
Easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, but that was always Mike's thing. Was like having a control center.
Yeah. It's a cool setup, dude.
He figured out how to have a control center. Like there is a true control center that controls all their stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like apps
All day. I always tell people it's 24 hours a day, 8 days a week. Pretty much. I mean, we're
Yeah.
open on Sundays here on the coast.
How do you
And,
figure that out though?
very carefully. Probably trial and error.
What was your first actual
he
like
also-
slick deal?
He also hired people in Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Did he?
He told me that when I was meeting with him that time.
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He says, well, you got to get the people that know what they're doing.
That's
He
right.
said, so the labor really wasn't that bad, but they knew what they were doing. We broke through on some stuff.
Who was this?
Mike.
West?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Was it Pakistan?
Yeah. That's my
Secrets out,
recollection.
brother.
That's my recollection. I hope
Oh
it's
my
right.
God. We're dropping it now. He probably outsourced a lot of stuff,
Yeah, I imagine he does.
but to do
He was just willing to reach out and do whatever he needed to
He
do
does
to
the
solve problem.
research, dude. He
Yeah.
does the research.
so how long have you been with the company?
I started. It's funny you say that because I always tell everybody it's the day Mike West won the lottery. But I started April 11th of 2022, I think, and I stumbled in there as like a get or buy. Like I just need where I'm at. It's not working out, and they kind of made a lot of promises that they couldn't keep, and I'm not upset with them. They couldn't keep it, but I stumbled in there. I say I stumbled. I set up I applied for a sales position and called me, got me an interview. But I started there as a get or buy, dude. And that job can be pretty frustrating. Anybody who deals with the public a lot, it can be pretty frustrating. But it can also be very rewarding. And I think there's way more rewards than there is frustration. And a lot of your frustration is your own. Like, what are you mad about? Why are you upset? We can fix this. We can figure it out. It's not a big deal. And I think what kept me there, and I've said this a few times, is, dude, the environment. Like, and then the guys that I work with and the guys that I work for, you don't feel like, actually with Mike, dude, you're not working for him, you're working with him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you're
100%.
working with him towards a goal.
Yeah.
You know, and you have your part to play. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, he's not going to hold your hand or anything. And he will if you need him to. But, and then like Jeff, dude, not going to let you down. Not going to let you fail. Ryan that I work with, dude, just super smart guy. Just really fast, really quick. And like I said, anytime you turn around, you're like, hey, Ryan, hey, Jeff. And I know they get tired of hearing it, but they're always there. And I think that's a big part of like Ohio State.
It's like a family for y'all.
Oh, 100%, dude. And I spend, like I said, 8 days a week with them, so might as well like each other.
Do you think that was like, so that's what I was talking to you about, having you on the show, was talking about, you know, when me and you were talking, you had the, like, you know, why, like, you know, come on, we were going, you know, with the show, like, you know, guest wise. And I always was like, I think what you do is a career. Everything anybody does that if you're passionate, it's your career. I think that's the biggest thing about highlighting people like you that, you know, work your ass off.
Yeah, I was joking with Jordan before the show, and I was like, we're going to title this, What's Extraordinary About the Ordinary?
Everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's like you get up, you work hard, you're good to people, you have a roof over your head.
That's right.
What else do you want?
I want to go snowboarding all the time.
But you have the money to do it. You can take trips.
Yeah, that's right.
How often do you take trips?
I try to go 4 times a year. This works out sometimes. Last year I actually hurt myself. Not snowboarding, which kind of, I wish I had a cooler story for you. But I literally bent over to like strap on my boot, and my L4 popped out. So I was like immobile almost. That happened in January, and I got one really good trip in the spring after I got my back fixed. But I try to go once a week for 4 months. So January through April.
And so when you're out there, like, where do you go? Where's your spot?
I've been to a bunch of different places, man. I would say my favorite mountain. I went to Whistler, BC. That was pretty tight. Didn't get to explore it all. There's so much out there, man. And then I would say my favorite town to go to is probably Breckenridge, because the town itself is great. It's awesome. And I actually met some people that live out there, and I'm pretty good friends with them now. And but they live right there in Breck. The town's awesome. You can ski Breck. Tons of acreage to ski. You're right over the hill from Keystone. You can go to Keystone. You can hit some, little night skiing at Keystone on weekend nights. And then you're 40 minutes from the road, up the road from Vail, which is some of the best skiing on probably planet Earth. Definitely North American continent.
Can you do a backflip?
No, I couldn't do a backflip on really anything. I'm not very
What kind of tricks can you do on snowboard?
I can butter a little bit. I can hit some jumps and stuff. I'm not a pro. I mean, I can ski some decent terrain. I live 0.6 of a mile from the beach, and I got into this a little later in life, I only get to go 4 times a year. So.
But it's all about the ride. You just ride in the snow.
Oh man,
you're just cruising the snow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's gonna be cool though. Like, does it get fast? Can you get down? Do you get a little speed going on?
I think the fastest I've ever been, and I remember one time when I was in Whistler, I didn't have my watch at the time, so I don't really know exactly how fast I was going, but gauging just how I felt, I want to say I was tapping 52, maybe 50, maybe 50, which is absolutely flying.
Miles an hour?
Yes.
Oh.
And at that time, I was like, me and my one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Connor Masters, who I go skiing with a lot, and Connor,
yeah,
and bodybuilder.
He's a firefighter.
He's a firefighter now,
with a brand new boat.
He's got a nice rig. The smoke show, new sled.
I need to get on that thing.
Oh yeah, he'll take you, dude. He loves it. He's a more the merrier kind of guy.
Connor's a sweetheart.
Oh, big time.
He's
Dude.
a sweetheart.
Oh, 100%. But when I was doing that, I was like, there's no way he's catching me. I'm going at the speed of sound. Here he comes right by me. I'm like, dude, how fast was he going? But we're on a groomed run, corduroy. You know, it was designed to go fast on. We're not in like powder.
Did you ever ski Vail?
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
supposed to be those triple black diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my buddy that lives out there, man, he actually owns, I don't know if y'all can see this.
RMU.
He's one of the guys at RMU. If you ever get out to Breckenridge or Truckee, California, or Whistler, they have 3 locations. They got an awesome story, man. It was a group of guys that just started building skis in their basement, and they were building skis for like 30 packs of beer and stuff. And
Keystone.
it just, yeah, probably, you know.
Oh, Keystone built beer.
And I think it's on their website, but and it took off, man. They got it's a super cool concept, dude. And I actually met the guy in Ocean Springs right after I got back with on a family ski trip. The night I flew in, I went and had some dinner with some really good friends of mine, and they had met him downtown Ocean Springs and invited him and his wife over for dinner. And they text me, and they were like, "Hey, we got another couple coming over for dinner. Do you care?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Absolutely not." And I pull up and I see a Colorado license plate, and dude, I'm like swag out and all. And this is one of my favorite stories to tell. I got snowboard gear, just apparel, head to toe, dude. I might as well be a sponsored athlete, hat, jacket, shirt, not my pants, but shoes, socks, whatever. And we walk in and sit down. I was dating a girl at this time, so the two of us went over, and I walk in. I'm talking to this guy, and dude, I can't tell you how many people I've like ran into, and been like, "Oh, you Colorado?" And dude, I love skiing, man. Like it's all I think about almost all year. And "Oh, you ski?" No. Oh, well, And so I'm just waiting on this guy to be like, "No, we don't ski. We live in Denver and don't do anything." Okay. So he's like, "Yeah, we ski, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "We just got back from Breckenridge." He's like, "Oh, I live there." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," and I snowboard. I don't ski. And dude, I'm just full of one-liners, and I just always got something to spit out, and kind of like testing the boundaries of some of them might be like not offensive, but like, can you say that? And so I have like this little one-liner that I say, and but I was like, "Oh, I don't ski. Skiing's for nerds. I snowboard," And there's always kind of been like a little rivalry between skiers and snowboarders.
Johnny Tsunami started
Yeah,
all this.
that's right.
You're just Johnny Tsunami. That's all.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't watched that Disney movie, watch
Check it out, dude.
Yeah. Johnny Tsunami.
Oh, killer classic. And so he's not really saying a lot, and he's got me fired up, dude. I'm just talking about skiing, snowboarding, how much I love Breck. And he's like, "Oh, well, did you go to RMU?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I noticed it was a spot for skiers. I didn't have any business in there." And he was like, "Okay." He don't just kind of lets it go. And we talk some more and talk about like, where do you like skiing, this, that, and the other. We're chit chatting all night. And eventually he's like, he brings up RMU again, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like, no, I didn't go there." Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "Oh man, what's that?" And I'm like, I'll say some things, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm one of the RMU guys, like one of the owners." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, my heart just sinks because I've been talking not like trash, but just kind of having a little fun." And I'm thinking to myself like, "You just had to be cute. You just had to be funny, And
Well, he appreciate that.
oh, dude, he did. Dude, he's one of my best friends this day. Him and his wife have been super great to me. And man, they come to New Orleans a lot. They love New Orleans and Mardi Gras, and they come to Ocean Springs when they can. I've stayed with them. They've stayed with me. and it's pretty cool. But I went home that night, and I was unemployed at the time, dude. I just remember the gas station.
Yeah.
So me and Connor had just left the gas station, and I went to Colorado. Actually, I went to Colorado employed, came home and was unemployed, and I get home from dinner, and I'm telling my girlfriend at the time, I'm just like pacing in my front room, like I just had to be funny, I just had to be cute, like such an idiot. That was my chance, like finally somebody else who likes to ski and is like all about it. And my phone goes ding, and I pick it up, and it's like, I'm gonna drop his name. He don't care. He's my boy. W.H. Kirkhoff wants to be your friend. And I look at her, I'm like, oh yeah. I accept it, follow him back. Ding. And I'm like, got a message. And he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm unemployed. I'm not doing it. I'm doing what you're doing, buddy. We're hanging out. And
I love this. I love it.
they were staying in a house. They had some friends that they had met that lived over here. That guy was a traveling nurse, and he was like, I'm gonna be out in Sacramento or something. The house is wide open. You guys should go check out Ocean Springs. It's a great city. And so they were staying in New Orleans at the time, so they moved over here for a month. And I met him the last week they were here. And for a week straight, dude. He's a big runner, and I think today was 812 days straight, dude. He has ran every single day for 812 days in a row. Didn't take one break. Rain, shine, sleet, hail, snow, literally. Ran in an airport. Ran in a bunch of countries. They travel a lot. So he's ran in a lot of countries, a lot of states. He runs every day, dude. Every day. And a lot of time, if he's in town, he lives in Breck, he's running in the mountains at 12,000 feet on average. 40, he's 46, 45, 46 years old. His birthday's on July 4th.
How big's the company?
It's pretty big. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but
over $1 million?
I don't know. I don't have a clue. But with all this, I would just assume with even just the locations they have.
Yeah, no, but to travel like that, to do workout like that, you have to have.
He's also a stonemason, dude.
So what is that?
So he his dad has a not a bricklaying company, but they do like stonework. Like, they're up in the mountains, so all these people's fireplaces and really elaborate any kind of the whole outside of a house or something. So he's like a stonemason as well.
Makes bank. Works
I don't really
hard.
know.
No, got to work hard to make bank to travel the way.
Yeah.
It's like even like no matter what, you have to make some kind of fun to live your life.
Oh, dude. Yeah, they have fun.
Yeah.
I have fun hanging out with them.
So have you ever you did it before law school, you traveled a little bit, huh?
A little bit. I've never been a big traveler. I always find myself working
Yeah.
somehow or another, So I don't know whether it's a character flaw or not. I don't know, but that's kind of what I do.
That's what you enjoy, though, man.
Yeah, I do.
That's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Just do it.
What's your favorite? What's your hobby?
I don't know. I don't really have a hobby.
Working.
No, we're not using
mine.
that.
Not mine.
No, we're not using that as a thing.
Well,
You got something else
actually,
you do.
Yeah.
Actually, my hobby is drinking bourbon and smoking cigars.
There we go.
That's
it.
That's sweet though. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're about to make me cry.
Yeah.
You're about. Ugh.
I love it.
I don't. So hobby for me is figuring out the production and putting this live podcast on.
Yeah. This
Pretty-
dude,
Figuring this.
this is an operation right here.
It's a small one.
It's an operation nonetheless, though.
Something about the coast. This is the Coast Podcast. I'm telling
Yes,
you.
it is, dude.
It's
And
not
it is
mine.
awesome.
It's the Coast Podcast. Like if you like, that's what I was trying to tell you. Like I want it like, I don't know, just highlight people on the coast.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something too, man. Like you talked about, like I'm not a business owner, dude. Like I'm just your average homeboy, Danny Blaze, right? But you hear these names all the time. Like, oh, that's, you know, we boat, we do things. We're out in the community, and it's like, oh, that's so and so's boater. You know, that's so and so's airplane, or that's so and so's built this. So and so developed this. But you get them on here, and you're like, you talk to them, and they kind of open up, and it's like, oh, there's
We're all
not
people. We're all
not
people.
not average people. Clearly, they're not average people, but they're just like you and me.
But no, so Michael West is too. I'm
Oh,
telling you, like I think that's the biggest thing. You look at that. We're all the equal. Depends on how we want to, you know, push our life. Like for Michael was like his little boy.
Yeah.
His little boy was that kind of driving force for him to be just. And Michael didn't get nobody gave Michael anything.
The only thing people give him is a hard time. I try to give him a hard time.
But the thing is, he is so comfortable with it.
Oh, dude,
He is so comfortable because it's like there's nothing you can tell him he hasn't done. Like,
yeah,
and it's not most of the things Michael West does that people don't know about his behind the scenes blows your mind.
oh yeah,
Like he's always constantly moving his mind. He just let his mind go. Like
he's lost his mind.
probably
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean I would say at this next dealership. I mean the way he just knows, like you were saying earlier, like the way he looks. Like you look at a person that owns a business and how like look at me.
Yeah,
And then there's Michael West. And you can see Michael West because he does talk about motivational and tries to like give you little hints of how to live life.
that's right.
But Michael West never, it goes me. It's always his employees, and he tries to kick them in the ass, pushes them all the way to the top.
Oh, 100%, dude.
That's fascinating to me.
We've had people in the past that have come to work for us, and I think they felt that way. They came to work for us. And I say us, they, you know, us as a group, as a whole, as a team. And they were like, "Oh, we're in car sales. We're bad people. We're doing this. We're doing that." And it's like,
Oh yeah,
dude, we're just. I don't think like they're so they don't, like you say, they don't see what goes on behind the scenes. And it's like name and not that other people don't, you know, help and give and do. But like name somebody who gets on Facebook and instead of buying a McLaren, Phil's teacher school, like, hey, I'll run this credit card up till it shuts off. Tell me what you want. And does it. Tell me. There's nobody else that I know.
Do you feel like seeing like that level of like relationship in the work field of having like you said, like he's not your boss, he works with you.
That's right. Oh, 100%, dude.
So do you feel like that's like from like your beautiful home to your growth?
I had the home before I got there, but
I mean now though, like the level of because you always side hustles. You've always hustled.
Yeah.
I was telling Scott earlier, like you always side hustled.
I did, dude, and then I got to where like I didn't have to working there. But another thing that, like, when I was talking about some of the guys that have worked with us and been like, oh, you know, what are we doing? And it's like, what do you mean what we're doing? We're helping people. And like my I don't know. I'm a part of Mike doing that. Does that make sense? Like the more people that I can help get a car, the more finance deals I do, the more deals I sell. That's my part of that donation. And so if like I'm stuttering a bunch, but
okay. No,
like some of the guys that left the team, you know, in the past, and just, hey, it wasn't for them, man, you know, and maybe they didn't look at it as like, this is me doing the good.
I hope he's watching right now because I'm telling you, he's probably crying right now. There's a sensitive side of Mike.
Oh, dude, there is, and that's why he does what he does, because he is a sensitive guy.
That's why, like, when
you ever heard him, dude? You ever watched him tell a story and he starts getting chill bumps?
Yeah,
it's funny. But that's how, dude. That's his sensitivity. That's how passionate he is about stuff.
Ain't that cool though to like see that, like what he's like, how he treats people.
Yeah,
like people like, well, he's here, he's there. So when people tell me like, Michael West, you never see him. His mind moves this way.
No, that's right. That's like when we were talking about this shirt. I came straight from work. Well, actually, I ran home and did grab this bottle, and I'm gonna give my boy Troy a shout out. I don't know if you guys can see this. Where's the camera?
Right there.
This way.
Yeah.
My boy T Roy, him and his wife, they're great people, man. They take care of me like a child. They feed me. They invite, they almost wash my clothes and fold them for me. They take care of me so much.
He
But
local here or
he is, man. They live in Ocean Springs, and I actually met my boy Bill through them. That was a dinner we had. But where was I going with this?
Like Mike, take care of you.
I got lost. I'm blanking. I'll come
bottle?
back to it.
you talking about?
Yeah, I was giving Troy a shout out, but that was a side note compared to what I was talking. We'll come back to it.
No.
I have a friend. We call him T. Roy.
Yeah, Troy.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And I just thought maybe there was an overlap. I didn't.
Oh, maybe.
So I would say with Michael though, with you going with him and developing that relationship, like when did that really kick off?
Dude, not long after I was there, man, really. We don't like hang out on the weekend. Well, I guess we do. Well, no, he's enforced on the weekends. But on Fridays we hang out. But no, he's just a good dude, man. And then like Jeff and really just everybody I work with, dude. It's a bunch of cool guys and a bunch of cool girls. And
Cool
everybody-
girls?
We got a lot of women that work with us, man.
How many women?
I don't know, but cool ones. I don't do the payroll, buddy. I just hang out.
It just for me is like when I found out you were at Mike's spot and you've always flipped in because you're trying to buy the Lightning and you've always
Yeah.
been in
Oh,
car.
yeah.
You've always been in car stuff. It's just crazy to like see y'all's relationship with like a lot of people. I've always told them go up and get a job interview, and they don't make it.
Yeah.
And then seeing you there, I'm like, this is because you've always made financial money way before Direct Auto.
Yeah.
You've always hustled. You were hustling way like Scott. He was hustling like he was making licks.
Walk and talk, baby. It's like a walk and talk. I remember telling that to Mike when I was interviewing. He's you've been in sales before, blah, blah, blah. I was like, look, brother, I've been buying and selling since I could walk and talk.
I want to tell you, like he go buy a
Probably
car.
sealed the deal right there.
Probably not. Actually, I think what got me a job was my mom. She's actually retired now. She was the head softball coach at Van Cleef High School for 20 years, 23 years, something like that. And dude, my mom's a saint and did a lot for a lot of girls, did a lot for that program. And but in August and July and stuff in Mississippi, it's hot, buddy. It's hot outside. So I guess it's not too late. She could have done it. Otherwise, she wouldn't have. But she would take her girls to White Sands to swim instead of running laps in the heat. You know what I mean? And she met Mike through that. And then I remember name dropping my mom, being like, "Oh, I think you know my mom, Coach Bragg, blah, 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 blah." And he was, "Oh, yeah, super nice, this, that, and the other." So I don't know what really sealed the deal. Maybe my mom got me the job. I don't know.
Was it your mom?
It could have been.
Yeah, come on,
It could have been.
call it in. Call it
Yeah.
in. But I mean,
I'll say my mom got me the job.
all right, so we got past. I want to know the hustle though. Like you started making big money, and we're not talking like you're making in your teens, though, late teens. You're making a career.
So I thought.
No, you were flipping.
Yeah.
Like you said, you had that house before you worked there.
Yeah, I got that as an adult though, not in my teens. I've been in that house for a little over 3 years now.
But no, flipping like cars though. Like how'd you figure out how to flip cars besides Direct Auto?
It started with the go-kart, man.
I know, but it got big though. You started doing bigger.
Oh yeah. I grew up. I matured a little bit. A little bit. Let's put that on the emphasis about maturing. But also, dude, I feel like pre-COVID, man, I drive an old truck now, and that truck probably in this day and age should only really go for, dude, maybe $4 or $5 grand, maybe $6,000. And there's some people that's going to say I'm crazy, but you can't find one that clean like I got for under $25,000. Oh yeah, it's old.
That Dodge.
That old Dodge, baby.
What is that? A 97?
No. It is a 2005 SLT with custom ordered leather seats and wood grain
Shit.
interior.
It's clean though.
4-wheel drive, 5.9 Cummins diesel.
That's real.
Oh yeah. It's got the factory overload springs and 410 gears from the factory.
So that's what I was trying to like. So
Why
he
don't you just go in partners with him on your Lightning? You get it fixed
No,
up.
no.
It needs work.
He won't let me
It
in on
needs
it.
work.
no, because I've been every month I've been buying a tire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because I just want to. I'm gonna restore.
Oh
like,
yeah, a little bit. Of
So because I got the Nittos, like it's Nittos. The Nittos are $400 a piece.
oh yeah.
So I just buy a tire every month.
You don't want that thing
No,
coming loose on you.
if you go downstairs, I have like all the disc brakes, everything. I'm just redoing it, completely redoing it, and I have a stack of just like tools that like for my tools because you have to have certain hubs for the disc on that one.
That's right.
But I have a stack of just brand new parts. People are like, what are you collecting that for? It's like, get ready. I can't get rid of that truck. Like I
No,
can't
dude,
because
don't.
like I remember when I bought that truck with my dad. We were in New Orleans and it was just my dream truck.
Yeah.
And I paid 11 grand for it. And it just
Stole it.
well, the guy never changed spark plugs though.
Oh yeah.
But I changed the
Still
main.
though.
Yeah, but I drove it back home and to hit that supercharger. And I pulled up. I mean, it was not too far. When you see me when I bought it,
No, that's right.
he's always wanted to buy that truck.
Oh dude, I love those trucks.
I love it too.
I can't pull the trigger though.
Why?
Dude, I will talk about buying something for 3 or 4 days, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes 2 months. But if I'm not like actively losing sleep over it, I'm just not going to buy it.
So for me, Lightning, I'm losing sleep over it.
Yeah,
Like
that's how I got my Ram.
that's my truck. The Lightning's my truck. It was
Yeah.
actually Oliver's truck.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
No, it's like when he was a baby, because it's only a regular cab.
that's right.
So I hit the supercharger and he laughed, he giggled.
Yeah.
Like I have videos and videos and videos of like me just doing like solid
That's right.
pushes. And he says it like the truck's at Uncle DJ's house.
Yeah,
And we pulled up and he didn't even like it's hidden in the corner. He goes,
that's right.
is that my truck? He knows. He's like, is that my truck? So yeah, we're I got a lot of parts. Gonna be at Collision Depot if you want to check it out. I'm a video like us restoring it, but I've been buying all the parts.
It's in Gaucher.
The Collision Depot, right?
Yeah,
it's all
yeah,
those.
yeah.
Brian and Cal, my
Yeah.
boys.
Hasn't painted a few things for me,
I miss Gaucher.
dude.
I miss being back at Gaucher. I miss being home.
Yeah,
It's weird. I mean, to me, Gaucher was the spot. Like it was one of the first cities that like my first home was ever bought there.
yeah,
And the people to me are so weird and different, but beautiful.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. I remember meeting Bradley,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you, Austin,
yeah,
and just Connor. Like
yeah.
it's a whole melting pot.
It is, dude, because none of us are from Goshen. Like I'm from Van Cleve, Connor's from Van Cleve, Bradley's from Ocean Springs, Austin from Pascagoula, but we were all at Body Quest.
Is it? You think Johnny's gonna have it that same way?
Yeah, I do. I think it's already kind of back there.
And what's the name of this? Millworks? Was it? What's
The steel mill.
Steel Mill?
Yeah, the steel mill.
Guys, what's the membership? Do you know?
I think it's $30 a month.
Do a plug for him.
I just kind of signed up, dude. I
do
was
a plug.
like, whatever.
Do a plug for him though. Like that's a good gym.
Yeah.
If you're in the Ocean Springs, Gaucher area,
check out the steel mill. It's a great place, dude. Johnny's super cool guy. I don't know anybody that doesn't like the guy, or has any
I
reason
didn't
not
know
to
he
like
was the
him.
owner.
Yeah, he just bought it.
All same equipment.
There's a lot of the same. He's added more stuff. He's doing a lot of renovations, and a lot of this is coming with time, you know. And I think and I don't know if I should be letting out his secrets or not. I think he eventually wants to get his own building. But yeah, everything's going good. It's a great place. I love it.
How about Mississippi Muscle?
Dude, I haven't been there. I know that that's Billy and Austin's spot. I've heard it's badass. But Pascagoula is like out of my loop. You know, I don't really. I just started going back to Gaucher because of that. And I still go to Planet sometimes when I need to save time. I just go train. Do what I gotta do with it. Like I'm a big chores guy. I like to stay on top of my chores. So like if I gotta wash my clothes, dude, you know, going to Gaucher, that's an extra hour. Plus, dude, and this is
Let's get into
like
this.
catch 22,
Let's get
if
into
you
this.
will. If I go, well, it's something crazy.
No, it's
if
crazy.
I go
Let's
to
go.
the steel mill, it's a catch 22. It's all part of the goodness of it. Is I'll go in there with the intent to train, really like drink my pre-workout on my way there, train, do what I got to do, and be out. But what'll happen is I'll see somebody I know. I'll sit down at the counter and start talking to Johnny. Next thing you know, I'll talk for an hour. Then I got to go train for an hour, 45 minutes. And then I'll sit down and talk to Johnny again or somebody for another hour.
Because you love them.
Dude, yeah.
That's it.
And it's like, where else do you get that? I don't know anywhere. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody.
I think life's short. If you ask me, life's short.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad today. I'm like, Dad, I know you're gonna listen to this, but my dad's on dialysis right now.
I didn't know that.
And he's been going through some tough times.
Oh, I bet, dude.
And today's been like dizzy. It's like, fuck off. If,
Yeah.
if you're having a bad day, see what he's going through.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's like fuck. I mean, don't forget that though. I'll tell you what, me and Scott, one of our biggest things is the reason he is a co-host of the podcast is for the last 5 years, fucking 10 years, we've been sneaking off after family events and just getting trash together and talking stories.
Yeah.
Like Mom said, backgammon.
Yeah.
Just anything to be like, have a conversation and be, I think people miss out on conversations, but like I said, like Dad right now, Dad's, I mean, he's going to be strong, very strong, but them little things matter.
No, absolutely.
To
dude.
Johnny, that means the world to him because he's taking a risk going to a gym.
Yeah, it means the world to me.
Yeah. And that's, it's just one of the things. Like you just, I'm one of them people that'll hold you up too.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
if I see you, I'm gonna hug you. And I'm like,
yeah, big time.
Can we go to the movies? Like
I'm
that's,
not a hugger. I'll talk to you though.
I'll hug you.
Yeah, I'll take a hug,
But
I'm not gonna go just hug you.
well, I just think being myself.
Yeah.
And that's something I had to really come into my skin for.
Yeah.
But no, that's like Johnny the same way. Is like it does comes down to a schedule, which you and him both are a lot about schedules.
I try to be.
You're a chore guy. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it keeps my mind.
I'm kind of honest with myself about. I just call it obsessive compulsive. I got to get my shit done.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna hug both of you fuckers.
done.
I just don't like being caught with my pants down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kinda like
I'm not
I
gonna hug you
before.
like that though. I love you, but I'm not hugging you like that at all.
But like my work shirts, like I got I don't have enough of them. If I could get more of these work shirts, that would be great.
It's not the Truman Show.
But I got a system to doing them, and I don't like to have to wear a dirty shirt, just because I was being lazy. Not that I don't like being lazy sometimes, but
How many hours do you think you work on the dealership?
we are open from 8 to 6 plus every day. And if Mike is still listening, I probably work the entire time. I don't get on my phone. I don't, Snapchat. I work. I just never look. I don't even come up for air, dude. I just work. I do the
He's
right
listening.
thing every time.
So what are you really doing? Because he's watching all fucking. Can't he fucking knows?
No, man.
He's probably
I
rolling
work,
on
dude.
the floor.
That's why I can say and do these things because and a lot of people are like, "Oh, he's mean or he's on my ass or whatever," and it's like, just do what you're supposed to do, buddy, and he'll let you do whatever else you want.
He said on the show, he said, he doesn't like, he knows what you're capable of.
Oh,
capable of.
100%,
Yeah, he
yeah.
knows what you can do.
Yeah.
Because Michael's like, I think that's that was his thing. And that's, I know people are like, why you talk so highly of this guy? Because like, there's a person that I've always just been, when you know him, it's fascinating.
Oh yeah.
As a person that pushes himself to a level where it's like, it's his life.
Yeah.
And
Oh, dude, don't think he hasn't caught me with my feet up, buddy.
what was that? Tell me the first time he caught you.
I think I was I had moved into one of the front desks from the back desk, and it was a Tuesday, and Tuesdays are kind of like my Fridays, if you will, because I'm off on Wednesdays, and it was like later in the day, probably 3:00. The time bell rings at 6, and nothing going on. I'm not calling anybody. I'm laid up, if you will. And dude, I have my foot, like one foot all the way on the desk, phone, just chilling. And he didn't really show up on Tuesdays. And we actually got a call now, a sign that everybody lets out. He knows it too, but he can't stop it. We'll hit him with the caw. You know, if we see that gold Escalade, caw.
Oh,
It's time to get to work, baby. But he bust in, dude, and I think a long time ago, I learned if you catch me, you got me, like you win.
Yeah.
What are we going to do to move forward?
Yeah.
And I froze and decided to stay there at the same time. It was too late, dude. What was the clamoring around?
I love the fact that y'all have caca.
Oh, dude, it's great.
It's like
Sometimes he'll walk in and say it.
he
He
knows.
loves it. He
Yeah.
loves it too. But yeah, and he went like, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get to work. But that was it. Used to, hey, he quit eating sweets. So he says, I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors, but he would go to Lenny's, dude. He loves brownies.
I know he likes brown. How much?
I guess a lot, but not a lot anymore. But he would go to Lenny's, and I like to say it this way because I think it's funny. Dude, I'm always like, when I said I'm full of one-liners, it's because I like to seize every opportunity I can to laugh, like to enjoy myself, to have a good time. And he would walk in and toss me a brownie, and I would always tell people, yeah, that's my boss. He walks in and tosses me a brownie like the good little boy I am, And but he would toss me a brownie, dude, from Lenny's, and give Ace chicken. And he caught me with my foot up. Still gave me brownie, so
Yes.
must have been doing something right.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just funny.
The way you keep describing them, one of the really good characteristics of a leader is the ability to judge people and have the right people around them.
Yeah.
Now he's an A as an employee himself, okay, or an A plus.
Right.
But what you do is you try and hire people as good or better than yourself, rather than those that are below you,
Yeah.
and bring them up.
Oh yeah.
And he obviously has got a loyal following of employees around him, and there's
Yeah.
a reason for that.
I think that was the big thing about like when I was telling you how coming on the show. I want to know that outside of it, and especially you being a manager
Yeah.
and a big part of the company, and like how much you like. That was I was just curious too. That was another thing of you being while on the guest, like, because outside of Mike, Mike has his own strict way he lives his life.
Yeah.
And to have you talk about the system, how everything works, it's fascinating.
Oh yeah. Also, I just remembered when we took the segue on the bottle that Troy gave me earlier, I was talking about the shirt. And I didn't change my shirt to come on the podcast. Dude, I've worn this shirt to weddings, funerals, all kind of stuff. And it's because I was at work and I was doing what I had to do. But I still wanted to show up for those people. And I was able to do both. And
You wear it with
I'm
pride,
proud
though.
to wear the shirt.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
Like,
cool though.
Yeah.
That was like my thing is like, I love that though. Like I honestly love the fact that like your career, like people, I think for listeners, if you're there, like find a career path and love it. Like love the people you work with. I think that's what Chasen was trying to talk the whole time.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
wasn't like we're talking about this one guy, but if you know this one guy, he's worth, to me, I could talk about him for hours and hours and hours. I can brag about him all I want because for me, if I got to meet this person.
Well, it's not just him too, man. It's everybody else I work with, dude. Like, and I kind of give them. I'll respond to tough love. Does that make sense? Like, if you're not like mean to me, but kind of chop me up a little bit, I'll respond pretty good to that because I know where it's coming from, and I chop those guys up probably a little bit too much, but it's just the atmosphere I'm working in. It's great. I work with a bunch of cool dudes.
Would you change it?
I'd take Saturdays off. Nah, I'd work some Saturdays.
But you like the people, like
No, that's right, 100%.
you gotta see how they work this. It's very much like a family ran.
Oh yeah,
And I can't I've worked in the car industry for years with my dad, and it's miserable. It is fucking miserable.
It can.
I
be.
would not like
Yeah.
no one, but one thing about y'all is the way y'all work together. Like
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey, Ryan, y'all all work together. They're good people.
Dude.
But like when
great
you work in the
people.
car industry, that's why dads can never do it again. That's why dad's like, fuck this. I'm never getting in that shit again. Because the way it's always pressure, but it's not like caring. Like it's always you're just a number. Over there, y'all are kind of a different breed.
Oh, 100%.
Like y'all do work together. Like it's
Yeah. What are we doing if we're not? Where are we going?
Yeah.
What goal are we accomplishing?
Well, that's kind of the caring part is, again, this is something else in the very brief time that I was around Mike. He talked about the system that he has. He said, when you sell a car, you're supposed to call the customer.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the car?
Yeah.
And he would go in there and he'd say, have you called them yet? Have you called them yet? Have you called them yet? He's pushing that
No, that's right.
the positive side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. What have you learned? So in F&I, what have you learned to add to success? What have you changed?
That's a tough one. I feel like I'm in the part where I'm doing the learning, and I'll in maybe a few months I'll be able to look back and answer that question. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I can't say it's like a daily thing. I would say like maybe, and you know how things just come to you, like you don't realize them when you're going through it, and then you wake up one day and you're like, oh my gosh, like here's what I need to do moving forward, or here's what I need to stop doing moving forward, or I'm missing this part, and it just clicks. And I think that's coming. I've learned a lot. I've changed a little bit, but I think there's a lot more to figure out still.
So patience, though, and I'm learning that with insurance.
Yeah.
Because I freak out a little bit, and then
Yeah.
everybody, patience.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Patience is a big factor in my life. Patience is like I've been losing my shit. Patience now is like I'm getting better at it. I am getting better at it.
So it depends on the scenario to what my patience level is. And it's like if it's something that shouldn't take a long time, or something that like somebody's prolonging intentionally and I can kind of tell, then I have zero patience. But if it's something I don't really know what's going on, or I can tell that someone else is having a hard time to try to get me what I need or what I'm asking for, then I like to think I'm pretty patient because I don't know what they're going through. I don't know. Maybe their first day on the job. They're just trying to figure it out and they don't want to look like it's their first day on the job. They don't want to be embarrassed. What is me being frustrated with them going to do?
Have you ever sold 100 cars?
I don't know if I've sold 100 cars since I started working. Nah, I don't know. I don't really even look at those things because it's just like take it day by day. Like,
When you're transitioning, though, like you start in sales.
yeah.
What was that like when you did your first cold call?
When I was doing it, I'd already been in sales before I went to direct auto, and I'm not going to say I haven't ever had a nervousness about certain cold calls, but I think it goes back to being a kid, dude, just picking up like what is not calling them going to get me, not what I want or what I'm looking for. So, I remember being in like 4th, 5th grade, just picking up the phone and calling them. What were they going to do? They were on the phone. What could they possibly do besides tell me no or call me ma'am?
I always heard 1 out of 10
Yeah.
on cold calls.
I don't know the statistic. I just kind of, I don't really write. I hate to say I don't write stuff down because I do write stuff down, but I don't keep up with it. Like, all right, I called 50 people and one of them did. I just called till I just called them all. I just did it all. This person answered. They didn't answer. I don't waste time on people, man. And it's probably cost me a couple deals, but
you gain more.
But yeah, I would like to think so.
You gain more.
Yeah, kind of know. where someone's at like along the line of ready to purchase or not ready to purchase. And you know what kind of gets me is like everybody's like, oh, I'm great with talking to people. I can be great in sales. Well, when you're selling people something, you're not like, you're not tricking them. And I think a lot of people think that you're trying to trick them and you're trying to like pull the wool over their eyes and, you know, sleight of hand while you're looking over here. It's happening over here. But you're fulfilling a need or a service that they are requesting. And a lot of people aren't ready to purchase, so to speak, because they're confused about something, a part of the process, or maybe something you said, like they don't understand, or maybe the definition of a word or whatever it is that's got them held up, and they've come up with something in their head that doesn't even exist. It's not real. And not like saying that it's not real. And I do it all the time. Like, oh, hold up. What does this mean? You know? Or when you say this, like, well, that don't sound right. But it's because I don't fully understand it. And if you're just talking to people, you're not, how are you helping them if you're just preaching to them, you know, or trying to give them a sales pitch or trick them, you know? And tricking people isn't sales. You know, they need a service or they need help, and or not that they need help, like they're coming to you to beg or anything, but they want a car. They don't know like what to do, or it could be any kind of sales. I mean, it could be whatever. It could be real estate. It could be anything you're selling. Anytime you're selling a good or a service, and dude, it could be maybe you're maybe you serve tables. I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, you know, it makes you happy to do that. And I know a lot of people that have like full-time jobs that like to bartend or they like to, because they like to talk to people and like to hear what they have to say, or they just like to serve, you know, a servant's attitude. And that's kind of what sales is servant's attitude, serving people, fulfilling a need, fulfilling a service. These people need something and you can help them get it. And you're kind of the concierge between them not having it and them having it, you know? And yeah, you're compensated.
You know how many crazy things you're going to do in your life the way you think? Like, how many things you're like, the way you look at life? It's very positive.
Has to be.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the things you're about to take out, like, yeah, you're on a path that's crazy.
I'm trying.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's the patience we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
In career is step at a time.
Step at a
And
time.
it comes.
The rungs of the
You
ladder.
can't jump to the end. You got to work through it. And it gets all those aha moments you were talking about.
Dude, the aha moments. That's the perfect thing to say about it. The aha moments.
Yeah.
And when you get those aha moments, you're like, why didn't I think about this earlier? But maybe you got it right on time, you know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about when I was talking about, you know, talking about starting a direct auto and be like, oh, I thought Mike was a nerd. And I was like, oh, I should have started here earlier, but maybe I started right on time. Maybe I wasn't ready before then.
We're learning every
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
How do you plug in and say, hey, find me? How do they find you?
I don't really have a super huge social media platform. I mean, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all that stuff. I don't really have a whole lot of posts. I did just put up a little TikTok reel the other day. I tried that out. I think I got like 3 or 4 of them. But I shared those. But just Chasen Bragg everywhere.
Check them out.
Check me out.
And what do you feel about it? Come on, you love her?
Yeah.
That's where we're going to close the show
Always.
every time.
Always.
Okay. I love you, babe.
We love you, baby.
That's my mom. You better.
Oh, man. Mr. Sample's on here. He wants all the jet skis.
Can he swim?
He's talking about me. I used to be like, head over heels for jet skis. I still like them, but I've sold them all. I got my little brother has one that's like pretty badass. Probably does about, I would say 79 right now, but he's got to get some injectors and a tune. He'll probably be bumping about 82, 83.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, scooting. But there's some now you can get, dude, 90 miles an hour.
It's too much on the water.
Yeah, they're not factory boats. That was one thing. I know we're probably won't end the show, but I always love.
I
like,
want to get in this.
People would always be like, my uncle's brother's got one of those brand new supercharged Sea-Doos or Yamahas, and it does 90 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, they're governed to 70, and I don't think you understand what it costs to go 90 on one. And at this time period, the water speed record on a jet ski was only like 94 miles an hour, and we're talking $100,000 boat, jet ski.
Yeah.
And Connor had one built, and I don't know if his mom ever found out or not, man. And she's probably not watching this. I'm gonna tell the truth. We took him to Jet Blast for an oil change, and it was about a $3,000 oil change on one of them. We got a bigger impeller, Reva Stage 2. They don't even make that kit anymore for that boat. Reva Stage 2 kit plus a few things, dude. And I think it was GPS. They GPSed it at like 76 maybe. And people would, oh, mine runs 90. And I'm like, well, my buddy's got one that only runs 76, and we're bus links ahead of you. So one of us is telling a lie.
Look, I've been on one. It's 60, 65. We were at a fish camp, and a bunch of people there, and everybody's taking turns riding. It's scary as hell.
Yeah.
You're going 60, 65 miles an hour. One of those damn things.
Yeah, they're fun though.
It is, yeah.
Oh man, so much fun.
Yeah.
I used to be all into the stand-up jet skis. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I know Duke. Some
Yeah.
of scooters.
Oh really?
Yeah, Duke.
Yeah.
Duke has a Jet Blast.
Yeah, that's right.
Plug
That's
Duke
right.
Jet Blast for sure.
I'm not their biggest.
Fan.
No, I'm a big fan of them. I don't spend a lot of money over there because I don't do jet skis or anything anymore. I'd like to get back to some power sports though, but I've just had some.
You have a jet ski though.
No, I sold them all.
Last month you ride on a jet ski.
That's my brother's.
That one's that fast?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
it boogies. It gets there quick. But that's his.
So you
But
want
yeah, I
your own?
sold all mine. Actually, I live right off of East Beach there, and I'd sold it years ago. I'd sold a Polaris to one of the guys who was in charge of that launch at the end of East Beach, and it's not a public launch. And he was like, I can get you in, like if you want to use it. And dude, I had this jet ski at my house for a year and a half. I took it out one time.
What's the thing?
Time to sell.
Well,
Yeah, I sold it.
So it's the thing when you buy something and then you don't use it.
Yeah.
It's this normal thing where you buy something, you're like, I'm gonna use it, and you use it once and then you don't use it again.
Yeah, I used
It's
to
all
live in
material
Brigham.
shit.
I actually drove, dude, that jet ski. We used to go on creek floats up in Vancleave. You familiar with those?
I did it on four wheelers, not on jet ski.
We used to do it on four wheelers too, but no, we would get a tube, a little blow up tube from Walmart or Academy or something, and float the creek. And we had floated the creek one day, and I was on the couch, kind of beat up, a little hungover the next day. And at that time, I was like, what makes me happy is buying stuff to sell. And I found this jet ski in Norman, Oklahoma, which is 12 and a half hours away from Vancleave, Mississippi. I text the guy, and even if I showed up and it didn't run, I was coming out ahead. It didn't matter. Or if it had a hole in it, I was coming out ahead. And I text Connor, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm trying to make a deal on this jet ski. Do you want to go with me to get it? And about a week before, remember that 5.0 he sold to your buddy for the Bronco?
Yeah.
So
James Steve.
yeah.
James Steve.
So about a week before that, he was like, dude, I want to go to Monroe and get this. I think it was Monroe, Louisiana, and get this 5.0 for my Mustang because he's got that 65 Mustang. And
Does he still have it?
I don't know. I just remembered it existed till telling the story.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to ask him though.
He's texting right now. Let's figure this out.
All right, I'll tell him. I'll text him. And I was like, I can't go. I got to take my CDL test, and I can't go. I go the next day. He's like, I can't go the next day. I got to go this day. So it didn't work out. So about a week later, I found this jet ski 12 and a half hours away. I text Connor. I said, do you want to get this? He's like, do we have to go through Monroe? And I said, right through the middle of it. He's like, let's go. I said, well, I haven't heard from the guy yet. The guy texts me back at like 12 in the morning. It's like, yeah, we got a deal. I never went to sleep. At 4 a.m., we were in the truck headed to Norman, Oklahoma. 12 and a half hours away. Stopped in Monroe, bought the 5.0, put it in the truck. just regular F-250 bed. Put it, strapped it in the truck. Went straight from there to Oklahoma. Bought the jet ski, put it in the back of the truck, and then drove.
Wait, no trailer
No trailer.
on top the motor.
No, it fit. We put it diagonal.
Okay,
Diagonal. Motor in the corner, jet ski.
Okay.
45. And it's only about 7 foot long. So with the tailgate down, strapping it, it's not going anywhere. But it only weighs 350 pounds. So at that time, I was training a lot. Hunter was doing his bodybuilding show, his first bodybuilding show.
I remember this.
And so it was nothing for us to pick it up, put it in the bed of the truck, strap it down. Drove straight from there through Arkansas, I think, straight to Mississippi State to spend the night with some people that we knew. And then got up the next day and drove back to Vancleave. And then I had that boat for years, sat in the yard. And I probably rode it 5 times.
But do you like just owning it, or do you like riding it?
I used to like riding it more, but it's kind of a chore for me now. I wouldn't mind having another Superjet maybe, but I kind of got to where I wanted like an aftermarket hull that did the flips and stuff. But now I'm so into snowboarding and stuff. That's like kind of just want to do that.
But when's that stop?
Who knows? Hopefully never.
Can you still handle it? I mean, riding this, not no tricks. You can't. I mean, there's a level of age that comes with tricks.
Yeah. I don't know. I think as long as I take care of my body, and dude, my buddy Bill's a big inspiration to me, man. He's
and I'm not knocking that. Like I'm not
Yeah.
knocking it, but y'all run at speeds and
yeah.
I mean, y'all run on boards.
Yeah.
like the jet ski's water, and I know it's like a
Oh,
brick.
buddy.
I know it's like a brick. I know it's like
Yeah.
a brick. But snow's like my parents have a place in Gatlinburg, and
Oh, it's just like concrete. Unless you're in like deep, unless you're in powder, dude. You might as well
but
be
in
on
Gatlinburg, it's straight
I-10.
concrete. Like,
Yeah.
you're just hitting straight ground.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're gonna black out. You're gonna see birds every time you fall.
Dude, Bill will you see like I've watched all these YouTube videos and stuff, and you see like clips and stuff about like people like sending cliffs and stuff, like hucking off cliffs. And until you see that in real life, you don't realize how good people can be at skiing. And you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the big thing is concussions.
yeah. He doesn't even wear a helmet.
I know, but have you seen them fall? They hit.
I've
it's
never
crazy.
seen him fall.
No, have you ever seen snowboarders
Oh yeah.
collide?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you think surfers collide?
Dude,
Snowboarders
you
collide?
wanna hear something funny?
I think they're not alive.
I'm gonna rat Connor out. We were skiing in we were in Vail. Me, Bill, and Connor skiing in Vail. We were leaving. Connor skis over a blind skier. Runs him right over. Nah, he went over the back tips of his skis. But yeah, went right over the back tips of a
Connor
blind skier
went after
skis.
a blind guy?
Yeah, and then the park patrol came after him.
Really?
Yeah, I talked us out of it. It was good.
That's a true
Told him
story.
a joke.
That's probably
Yeah, told him a joke. Hit him with a one-liner. Got out of there real quick.
Do you think we'll ever have one thing I'll say about snowboarding though, you see all these like rubber facilities.
Oh yeah, some of the indoor. That's my spoons ring.
That's fine over here.
Yours?
Mine.
It's mom. That's mom.
No,
Is that
no, that's the person I work with.
Okay.
Hammer.
He's got people calling his phone.
Business
But-
man.
You see the like the rubber? Have you seen that rubber?
Yeah.
snowboard?
They have the
just
carpet
dope.
stuff too.
That's just dope.
Yeah,
You think we'll ever have it here?
probably not. I don't know if enough people would. A facility like that would probably cost a lot of money, and I don't know if people would pay to do it. I'd pay to do it. Maybe if there was like a membership, so I could get my money's worth.
You see that shit?
Dude, I was in New York. I took a trip to New York one time, and people I was with, they were big into theater and stuff, and so they went to watch a show, and I just had I had a whole afternoon to myself, and I was like, dude, what can I go do? Like, I want to hit the streets, just mob around for a little bit, and I ended up at a badass restaurant, but a little hole in the wall, and but I got on my phone and I was like, what is there to do? What is there to do? They had an indoor snowboard park there. And I was like, oh, I'm doing it. But I didn't do it because it was going to cost like $2,000 for a few hours.
Oh fuck that.
That's what I said.
Yeah, fuck that.
If I'd have had my own, because they like, I had to rent the board from them. I was pretty much walking in there like this, right? And by the time I rented everything, it was going to cost a ton of money. And I was like, fuck it, I'll pass on this. But I probably should have did it.
Maybe in a place like New York, we have enough people with enough disposable income that
Yeah.
they could do something like that. But
Well, dude, their board rentals, I would have had to rent boots. You had to wear a helmet. They weren't going to, I didn't want
$2,000.
if I'd have had all my own stuff, it probably would have cost a couple $100, $500-600. I would have did it.
yeah,
But they're going to force you to. First of all, you can't snowboard without a board, bindings, and boots. So I had to pay for all that. And then you had to rent a helmet. And I don't know if you've ever been to New York. Everything costs something. And by the time you tacked it all up, I was like, it's not worth the trouble. But I was pretty
what
close
was
to
the
doing it.
facility like? I mean, was it
I didn't
something-
go. I looked up the prices first.
Okay, you didn't get to see it while you were.
No, I didn't go check it out.
Okay.
After I saw it was going to cost me an arm and a leg, I was like, maybe if I'd never
It's a
snowboarded
lot of a
before.
la carte bullshit.
That's exactly what it was.
It's like I feel about Taco Bell. Taco Bell pissed me off with this shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
you got to play the system at Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is fucking pissing me off.
I'm not the biggest Taco Bell guy
I am.
for that reason.
Yeah, I've done Tell the Bell, the customer service, 100 times.
I'll believe it.
I have.
I feel like I should have done it a few times.
At least you know it's true.
I wish I should have. I probably should have done it a few times myself, but I didn't know there was a Tell the Bell line.
Well, it gives like $500 gift card. Can you imagine me having $500 worth of Crunch Wraps?
Damn,
Woo!
dude. What about the volcano menu? Do you remember that?
A little bit.
They brought all back.
But the only thing is, like, I'm obsessed with Diablo. So
Oh yeah.
everything I do just fire it out like out of my
Diablo.
ass, out of my ass. Everything's out of my ass. It's all heat.
Yeah.
It's true though, right? You don't do heat. I have to
I
do.
do. I do.
I
We'll
have
make
to.
it.
I just don't do Taco Bell.
So I have to do Diablo. So it's got to have like I don't know. So I never got into spice
Yeah.
until Emily got pregnant.
Okay.
When she got pregnant, she likes heat. I started getting the heat, and now I'm hooked.
Can't stop.
I grew habaneros last year.
Ew.
I mean, it's really going to a point where I can't come back.
Yeah.
Like I have to have like certain spice on my noodles. Like I'll do like the full blown hot noodles.
Yeah.
Like I want to feel the heat,
Dude, let me
but
tell
my
you. Something.
ass cannot handle it.
Oh
No, it's bad. I'm telling you right now, that's the problem.
They asked
that. You sound like my dad, dude.
No, I'm fine with like the heat. I'm fine with the heat,
Yeah.
but I can't handle it during my coming out of my ass.
No, that's right. That's
Yeah.
so. My dad used to always eat a lot of hot stuff, and we always had Tabasco in the house. And dude, in his older age, he's like, can't do it anymore. Can't handle the heat on the second time around. But I will not eat spaghetti without Tabasco sauce, or red beans and rice, which are two of my favorites.
So Tabasco though,
Yeah,
Tabasco's
Tabasco.
not hot though.
It's not hot. It's really not.
It's just a little light sauce. You like?
Yeah. It just has a little kick, dude. And I
Okay.
don't douse it.
Okay.
But yeah, every time Tabasco. It's good, dude.
It's not. No, I mean it's not bad.
Yeah.
I just don't consider it.
Hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm that like. I'm telling you, I went down that road. I went down that road. You knew that. I was telling you about it. Like,
I know we actually went to a Taco Bell one night and had this conversation. We were all in the car.
yeah.
I don't know where we've been, but I went to a place one time. It was out west, some ski resort area, and they had this meal. It was a pasta dish, and it was Szechuan, and it had these little bitty peppers about that long, real dark, and I didn't know you're supposed to eat around them.
Yeah.
I put that in my mouth. I couldn't eat. I couldn't do anything for 30 minutes.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
it just blew you out, man.
Yeah.
It was just,
Could have casted you for an episode of Game of Thrones.
yeah, that's right.
Breathing fire over there.
Yeah, it was there.
What is the worst pepper you ever had? Sorry. What is the worst pepper you ever had?
I don't really push myself to the heat limits, dude. So I don't know if I know the answer to that. You know, we did a blue chip challenge one time at Direct Auto. The one single chip thing. I didn't participate.
Blue chip.
It was blue. I remember that. It was one of those. It was like the ghost pepper Dorito. They come in a single chip package. It was one of those.
I did,
You did it?
but it's dry. So that's the problem with the chip challenge.
Dries your mouth out.
No. When you get it, it's like a dust powder.
Oh,
I don't consider that a real challenge because it really will just clog you up.
Yeah,
Like you're just like
they're kind of scamming you. They're kind of cheating. You
yeah.
out.
So it's like it's a very like dust powder. Like it's like you're
One guy threw up. The other guy, he did really good. The other guy threw up.
I'd rather eat a pepper. Like I'd rather eat pepper because you have more texture and juice.
Yeah, that's right.
That's just like dust where you're like
Yeah, basically chewing on cardboard, hot
yeah,
cardboard.
and you can't have no water. So just give me a pepper. I'll eat a pepper. I can handle it because you have juice and flavor. But like that is a kind of a scam. I
Yeah.
think. 'Cause
I think I have an allergy to some spices too, because I can eat it and my mouth won't be like burning at all, and I'll be pouring sweat. And people are like, "Oh, you must be eating something so hot." I'm like, "Not really." They're like, "Well, you're red, pouring sweat." I'm like, "I don't know. It must be an allergy."
Do you like queso dip?
I love it.
What's your favorite queso dip?
Probably just the ones you get at Aztec or regular Mexican restaurant. You know? Aztec is just right by my house.
So I get queso dip from Aldi's,
Oh,
and I eat it a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I love salsa too, though, dude. If I'm buying store bought salsa, I probably get the Mateos.
ooh.
It's pretty good.
No, it is.
And I get the Siete brand chips.
What's Siete brand chips? What is this?
Just a name brand. They're supposed to be like healthy for you, but I just like the way they taste. Really,
I don't trust them.
I don't care if they're healthy or not.
I
just
like
the way
the
they taste.
$2 chips, but they're actually $2.99 now.
Ooh, inflation.
Yeah, right. Or
No, they're really called $2.99 chips.
Oh man,
my brother and I one New Year's Eve got into a jalapeno eating contest. And it was like, they had the jars, and you eat one, then it's his turn.
Yeah.
And you keep going until somebody can go. It was
I'm out on that.
it was really stupid.
Yeah.
You know, thing to do, but it was,
Ain't your brother an attorney?
Yeah.
Yeah. he's-
get
I
two
mean,
attorneys in the fucking room.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do,
And
dude.
you
I
see,
do.
eat the
I do too,
jalapenos.
but-
Come on.
What else is there to do?
Yeah. I mean, but I like spice is a big part of life.
Oh yeah,
I think I think the big thing now is like I have to have a little heat. I love habanero. Like I love habanero. I don't like the extreme heat on habanero.
it has a great flavor though. You're right.
I like it slicing it down, so I can't handle it to like its true potential. But I like a tenth of a habanero. But I love the flavor, like you said. Like I love that.
Yeah,
It's fucking different.
it is different.
It is on a egg. Like put it on like you cut it a little bit on an egg.
Yeah.
I'm
How do
telling
we
you,
come up with the mild habanero something?
it's cool that you said that the flavor it is good because you have that kind of like I don't know. It's a very I love like habanero is that one. If you do it in mayo, the mayo too.
Oh, spicy.
So I've been working on that. I've been working on
Uh-oh.
it. I have now, like I have a ton of
That's actually a
habaneros.
good idea. Do the sauce, do the mayo.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been
Yeah.
fucking failing so bad on it. I probably need your help, maybe your help, but like I've been grinding it down, trying to like get a texture. Like I've been working on like my own habanero sauce.
Dude, you know who could probably figure this out for us? My dad. Dude, he can cook. He's a damn good cook. He just comes up with shit, makes it work. He just understands how stuff goes together, dude.
I love the fact that when you look at your dad like that.
Oh, he just does, dude.
Is he retired?
Yeah. He was a home builder. He was
Like full blown retired.
Yeah.
Did your dad?
my
Your
mom
dad?
too.
Huh?
My mom too. Yeah. She
Same
just
house.
retired.
Same house.
Yeah.
You grew up in?
Yep.
He's got a shed.
We got like a little bitty shed. Like a little, I don't know. I don't know how big it is.
Where's your dad from?
He's from Pascagoula. So is my mom.
And they moved to Van Cleef.
Yeah.
You talk so highly of your dad.
He's a good dude.
Always growing up.
Yeah.
Since you're a little kid.
Yeah.
Any dream you had, he was there.
Yeah.
That's stuck in
My
there.
mom too, though. I had great parents, dude. And actually, a lot of like as an adult, I've ran into like people from the community and stuff, and they all tell me that. They're like, "Man, you have great parents. Your parents are great." I'm like, "I know."
That's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
I have cool parents too.
Yeah.
This fucker next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
my co-host now.
I don't think he's cool. I think he's ice cold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
One liner there for you.
Well, I told Scott, when we were doing like with the podcast, like I want to have. I was telling him, I was like, you're coming on as a co-host. Like we're doing this for a family.
Yeah.
Like I think the biggest thing is like our nights together. I'm stealing them from other people to hear our story.
Yeah.
Like like the way we live our Friday nights.
Yeah.
Our Friday nights are dope. We like trade music.
Do you play music or anything, or are you just like?
No, just
Yeah.
like no.
I don't either, man. But I love to
Look,
listen to music.
when as people say, when I was giving out noses, I didn't get the red nose that lets me play music.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I wish that I had gotten was some type of musical talent.
Yeah.
I can't carry a tune, and I can't.
I
play.
can't sing either.
But we put on Revivalist
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and fucking jam out together.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Then we like cooked food, and I don't know. I think it's just being family is everything to me. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
spending time together.
Yeah.
That's something you guys bond over. That's
I,
awesome.
I'd love to have your dad on the podcast with you.
Oh, we'd be here for 4 or 5 hours.
Who cares? It's fine. People need to hear this.
Yeah.
It's up to them, and whether like I said, I told you when you come on here, as long as we change one person's life, fuck it.
Oh, we're doing it.
But it's cool that like your parents are that cool that like.
Oh, dude, my parents were super cool, man.
And you always say your mom. Let's talk a little more about your mom.
You talk about being cool. So, my mom was a teacher. Well, she started being a teacher a little bit after I was already in school. I think she started teaching when I was in 3rd grade, maybe. She worked for the casinos before that, and then wanted to spend more time with us as kids, have the summer off with us and holidays and all that. And so she started teaching, and she's in the softball Hall of Fame, dude. She's kind of a little bit of a softball legend. And but I think with her being a teacher, she kind of like she knew what kids did, she knew how kids were and was able to like relate and understand a lot. And I wasn't a bad kid at all, dude. I was never really into mischief. Not that I didn't like get in trouble here and there, but I wasn't out like just doing bad stuff or breaking stuff or just tearing other people's property up or stealing or whatever. And not that I didn't get a little rowdy with my friends here and there, but she just kind of knew like that's just what kids do. And she was a teacher at the school I went to, and people were like, oh, it'd be weird if my mom was there. I'm like, I love when my mom's here, dude. Like, it was awesome. Plus, my mom was cool. She wasn't like a mean lady or anything,
What's her name?
Donna Bragg. Coach. A lot of people know her as Coach Bragg. Again, got me a lot of places too. Like, oh, you think you know my mom, Coach Bragg, Donna Bragg? Oh yeah, come on.
Is she
dude.
watching right now?
Probably not. She doesn't. She's not real like tech savvy.
That's fucking.
I'm gonna make her watch it though.
It's the cool, like same way I love my parents, same way you love your parents.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's why, like, fuck family forever.
Yeah,
Dude, something my
You got me
mom
crying right now.
something that my mom says all the time is when she does like something goofy that like pisses me off. She's like, "You're gonna miss me when I'm dead and gone." And I'm like, "Well, you're not dead yet, so we're gonna have to keep going through this. So
Well,
I'll have
same way-
more
and
memories."
just watch out when she starts giving
Yeah.
stuff back.
Yeah, dude.
That's what my mother did.
It's
She
funny
started
you say
giving them
that.
stuff.
I had a buddy. He's still alive, man. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of years. I worked with him when I used to work with Kenny, and he was not doing real well at the time. He's doing great now, dude, and I'm super proud of him, and I'm proud of another guy. But when he wasn't doing good, he would like bring boxes and stuff to work, and he would be like, "Take whatever you want, like." I'm getting ready to go. And I'm like, what do you mean go? Like you moving or something? He's like, no, to the other side. He's like, this is what old people do when they're getting ready. So if any old person starts giving you their stuff, it's time. And I was like,
He's
dude,
signing up for my stuff. He's got stuff
Yeah.
that I've got that he wants.
Sit right here.
Oh yeah, this table, baby.
It's-
Hey,
that's
tell
all-
tell the people about this table, dude.
It was, I was in high school in Jackson, went to Murrah High School,
Yeah.
and we had shop back then. And it was, I would die for some of that equipment. You asked me what my hobbies were,
Yeah.
and I really couldn't think of them, but I like to do woodworking and I like fishing and
Yeah.
things like that. But I mean, look at the wood.
It's beautiful,
And
man.
you have this giant plane you could run this thing through. And
Yeah.
finish it out.
That's right.
That kind of stuff. And like I say, that's the $18 worth of cherry wood back in.
A week's pay.
That's right, back then. And
what's that? What year's that?
well, I graduated 64, so this would have been probably 62, 63. that I
Dang it,
made-
boy.
I made that
So
table.
$18.
Yeah.
So, but I've always enjoyed woodworking. I've
Yeah.
got chop tools and stuff like that now. And but this is passed around among the family. It was at my parents' house for a while. One of my sons had it for a while, moved into an apartment. It was too big, sent it back, and now it's got a home.
So before me and Matthew were doing we did our Jordan Matthew podcast, I already had another podcast that I was creating with Jared from Brownwater Banter.
Yeah.
And if you look when we leave, there's another room that he built. Scott built it, the whole wall for the first ever podcast.
Okay.
So this has been every time I have an idea of I want to do a show, I want to do something, he's always built everything.
That's badass.
He built this wall right here.
Yeah.
He's built, pretty much if I have an idea, a dream, the only reason he does it is because I follow through.
That's right.
And that's the
Yeah,
only
you're
rule.
gonna if he's gonna take the time to make
Yeah.
it, you need to use it.
So that's our
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
As long as I follow through, he's behind me, like our insurance company.
Yeah.
I'm following through. He's an agent.
Yeah.
Now we have a company, but as long as I put my heart in it,
He's all there.
I literally was like, I want to wall this. All right, I'll make it.
Hell yeah.
Or I have a thought of want to have this podcast about highlighting the coast.
Yeah.
It was never about a certain company. It was always about how do you spotlight people? How do
Dude, you've done it. Like I was saying earlier,
we've done it. It's
you
a
guys
whole
have done
team.
an awesome job at that. Like I was saying earlier, you hear these stories about this is so and so, he does this, he does this, he does that. And then you don't know, nobody, not that people don't know him, but the majority of people, they just hear the name. They don't know him. They've never seen him in person. They've never heard him speak. They don't know what makes them tick. They don't know what their hobbies are. They don't know that they're just cool people to just do what they want to do. And that's something I really I might not watch it live all the time, but I'll get on YouTube and pull it up on my TV. And I'm a big YouTube. I don't watch a lot of regular TV, and I'll watch your show.
Well, could you, before we get done, we're gonna listen to Outkast. Miss Jackson is something on my mind right now.
Yeah.
But can you plug your boys and their businesses, and then let's close out.
All right.
But no, I want you to plug the people that you care about. Plug all their business, everything you think in your heart. Send it out for us.
Man, my boys that have businesses, dude.
We'll go with Johnny.
Yeah, the steel mill, Direct Auto. Mississippi Muscle, I haven't been there, but those guys are great. Those guys are awesome. And I used to work for Billy, and he's a good dude, man. Cares about people and does a good job. And I need to go over there and check his gym out. I just hadn't done it yet. It's out of my loop, being over here in Ocean Springs. And really just anybody who's out there just doing it, man, offering a service to people and has that service attitude and wants to do the right thing and not out here selling and trying to hustle people. Check them out, give everybody an opportunity, and I think that's about it.
Love you guys, and
Have a little patience. Spend time with your family.
just get through life too.
That's it, baby.
Absolutely.
You want to send off? You send off, Scott. Say something. Give some knowledge right now. Drop some
I
knowledge.
ain't got any knowledge. I don't want to step on his.
Oh, dude.
Guys, we love you, and
Okay.
tune in next time.
All right.
Sign out.